Alright, it looks like the coal tang is messing with the Watchman goby. He keeps going over there, this guy right here, and just messing with him. I don't know if this is normal behavior or not, but the Watchman doesn't seem to like it. Keeps opening his mouth real big, and I don't know if he's going to go back over there. He's been doing it. Here he goes. Look at him. Look at that. Watchman says, "Get out of here." You can't really see his mouth in this one, but he keeps opening his mouth and he's nipping at the coal tang, and it doesn't seem to bother her very much. But I don't know if they're just playing games or if it's something I should be concerned about. That's Charlene. What are you doing, Charlene? Why are you messing with Mr. Watchman? And the Watchman's name is Barry. We named him Barry. And the pistol shrimp is Mandy, named by my wife. So, I don't know. Another funny thing, I just fed the corals and the fish. I gave the fish some krill, and I put some reefroids in the solution that I put in there, and I fed the hammer and the frog spawn, and now they got this mucusy stuff coming out, which I don't normally see. I guess it's not so bad anymore, but it was pretty bad for a little while the pumps were off. I had huge strands coming off them, and when the pumps went on, it kind of dispersed it. But never really noticed that before. See that? Look at that junk. But it was worse when I first had fed them. Anyhow, I don't think it's such a big deal, and it's probably normal. I normally don't feed them as heavily as I did this morning. But I found, in other good news, I found the anemone. There he is. He somehow got on top of the rock. And he looks like he's doing okay. I may have to move some corals around just so that he doesn't sting anything. But he seems to be hanging in there, and we're happy about that. He was gone for, I don't know, probably 5 days. And I guess he was tucked in behind this guy. You can hardly see him from the front of the tank. But with the blue lights on, we noticed him. I'm going to change the lights here and go to all white and see how that shows up on the video, because I noticed my videos are very blue. And I'm going to take the blue out completely and just put whites on. Okay, there's just whites, and there's just whites. Now my whole tank looks green, but it looks much more clear. And I do have my light on down here, which sometimes I don't keep on when I film it, but it does look much more clear in just the whites. But yeah, the tank looks a bit green, but you can't have everything, I guess. I do have filters coming, so I'm going to try the new camera filters when they do come in. I ordered them. But it's going good. We got the Nitrates snails with their trunks up, moving around. It's a pretty cool snail. He just kind of bops around underneath the substrate most of the time, except when I feed, and then they come up. So it looks like he's, they're all up and about right now. The crab that usually goes on the rock over here, I have an emerald crab who usually sleeps over here. I don't know where he's at right now. But there's the anemone again. It looks like he's doing okay. I have my my wave maker turned down to 1 right now. And I've been doing a lot of water changes still. But hopefully trying to get the nitrates down and not blow the anemone off the rock. You can see the water's kind of dirty. The Watchman and the Pistol are digging a lot of sand up right now, so there's a lot of sand in the water. And my skimmer's going a little crazy just because I fed them, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes ago. But I don't know, we're getting a little bit of growth down here. I guess they just can't grow fast enough for me, but they're doing good. The new corals that I got. And what else is there to tell you? Hector Camacho. Hector kind of gets beat up by this purple guy. Cecilia, and one of the clownfish always chase him around. These two guys are happy though. This is Susan, the cleaner shrimp, and Steve, the long-nosed hawkfish. They're pretty docile and they fit in good with the crowd. And everyone else seems to get along pretty good. Where's the little pistol shrimp? Where'd you go? Thought I just saw some sand come through here. There he is. There's the pistol shrimp. Always working. Industrious. Little invert. See that? Work, work, work. All right, good enough. The lights, by the way, are Hapajero, something like that. And in regards to the water changes, it is expensive. I don't know what I was saying. I didn't care about the money, because I do. And it is expensive, but the fact of the matter is I'm not sure I want to purchase an RODI system for the house. It looks like it's just pretty involved, and if you don't run the thing right, it seems like you waste a lot of water, and it's difficult to maintain. And what do I know about RODI systems? You know, I could follow instructions, but as far as maintenance on the thing, I don't know. I don't trust myself that my water is going to be any better than my local fish store water. So that's kind of where I stand on that. Maybe at some point, if I get a bigger tank, you know, at some point I do plan on getting a bigger tank once I kind of iron this out, maybe after a year or two on this guy, and I kind of have everything figured out. This is my first fish tank ever. I've never kept really even freshwater fish when I was little. You know, my dad had a freshwater tank, but I never really maintained one myself. And this is my first step into the arena, and it's saltwater. So I kind of want to see how everything goes. I'm hoping that, you know, that this tank is successful, and I have it for a long time. Once I kind of prove to myself and I have a little confidence that I can maintain a nice big tank, I will purchase one. As far as the coal tang goes, I did pick him because he's one of the smaller tangs, if not the smallest tang that you can get. But I do plan on rehousing him should he outgrow the tank. I've already rehoused many different fish from this tank. Not fish, but inverts. I've had a bunch of hermit crabs that were eating smaller hermit crabs and snails, even big snails. I got some Mexican turbo snails that the hermit crabs were picking on. So they've gone, and I had a chocolate chip starfish, which seemed to be doing great in the tank until I realized that it's not reef safe, and he got rehoused. And you know, overall I haven't had too many deaths in the tank. I had 1 week that I bought a bunch of new fish, and I think I had dino flagellates, and none of the fish made it except for the chromie. And you know, I lost 1 chromie, I lost 2 rabbit-faced foxfish. They were babies. They were little tiny ones about the size of a nickel, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe the size of a quarter. and neither of them survived. I brought one in. He survived for maybe 2 or 3 days, and then he died. And then I got another one, and he lived for maybe a day. And at that point, I just kind of stopped putting fish in for about a month, and I haven't had any deaths since, and I never had any deaths before it. So those are the only, I had really one bad week with this tank where I shouldn't have added anything, and I learned my lesson, and I'm trying to be conservative with it and just do the right thing. But yeah, that's it. Thanks.